after some 6 7 months, probably 9 months, if I'm right, we have seen Bitcoin break its all-time high again, and we've also broken the 75K barrier that was not broken in the last bull run. Even the 70K wasn't broken in the last bull run. What do you think? What are your opinions about the poetic day that was the 6th of November 2024 for crypto as well as for the United States of America?
I mean, it was a huge event, huge day for everyone, especially for the crypto people, I must say, because I'd rather say all of us were rooting for Donald Trump and JD Vance, and that the results came in our favor. That's what we can say, and I feel it's the start of something new. But let's hope for the best. I have a bit of doubts actually, but then I don't want to start off with them straight away. So yeah, it was all in all a good day. We broke the all-time high twice, I think, and yeah.
I think I personally am very optimistic on this Republican government coming into power because, as you said, probably the doubts that you have regarding Donald Trump are because of his older opinions about Bitcoin and crypto, and there are a lot of people who have claimed that he's changed his tune mostly because of the elections and because of his political agenda. But I think if you take a look at his entire like leading team, or his vice president, as we know, holds a few bitcoins, more than a few bitcoins actually. And he himself, ever since he got out of power and he lost to Biden last time around, he's released his NFTs. He probably has a DeFi protocol named after him, and I don't know, countless meme coins after him. And not just that, his own family, like Trump Jr. and some of his other relatives, close relatives, not even the extended family, they're very much into crypto, very much into this industry, and have given a vocal support to the industry. So I think I personally am a little more confident this time around. And along with that, some of the like Senator Loomis or Lunis, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, who's very strongly opinionated towards creating a Bitcoin reserve. She has
Hmm.
been very vocal and she won her seat as well. So I think that this Republican government would be something positive for the crypto industry, and at least much better than the older regime, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even in Ohio, I guess Bernie Moreno, defeated Sherrod Brown, and that's something that was a big concern because the dude was actually very anti-crypto, and that was also a good thing to happen because apparently Bernie Moreno says that she would be, lead the fight to defend crypto in the U.S. Senate, which is a very big, claim. So yes, on paper everything is fine. On paper everything is fine, but then you won't disagree with me that crypto isn't one of the biggest issues or the topmost priority for Trump and what he's trying to change with the country. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to sound very pessimistic and stuff, but yeah, that's what I think. And yeah, the Robinhood markets, micro strategy is pumping. So yeah, even the stocks which are crypto related got a huge boost. So I mean, crypto. I feel crypto is being used as something to get ahead of things because I read somewhere that Trump has his own crypto venture. I don't recall the name, but I think he does, and he is also about to launch a stable coin in the future, according to a report in Decrypt Media. I guess they published that. So I don't know how well researched or well how what is the authenticity of that report, but yeah, I read it somewhere that Trump is looking forward to launch his own stable coin. So the interests are there, but then we don't know if they are for everyone, or how do I say it. So yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
All right. So, yeah, as you said, using crypto industry to gain votes, I think that is relevant for everything when it comes to politics, right? They use
Yeah, yeah.
X, Y, and Z to get a
Hmm.
voter base towards them. But it's not just Bitcoin, actually. If you think about it, a Dogecoin, with its whatever association it has with Elon Musk, right? That
The
has
Doge father.
also the Doge father, right? So
Yeah.
now we have the crypto president as well as the Doge father in power. I don't see what the pessimism is about, but I read this somewhere or heard it on a podcast rather, is that this is the first time where we have something of a clarity when it comes to regulations in the United States, at least. In
Yeah.
the early days, back in not very early days, but still when after 2015, I'm talking about. So after 2015, in the early days, it was the Wild West. No regulations, nothing. Everything was just here and there in the industry. Then after the 2021 bull run, 2021 bull run, some regulations came into place, but those were more scrutiny and more binding than giving more freedom to the industry. So probably this is the first government that is going to come into power which has given positive statements towards crypto again. Maybe it is just a political move, but even if it is a political move, you need to back your words, right? Otherwise, the next time around, if you're not backing your words, you might see yourself out of power. And the biggest thing that I am taking away from it is not even the United States. It is what will the United States do? Because in my opinion, even though the BRICS countries and whatnot, they're trying to break away from the United States dollar. We'll talk about it later when we discuss stable coins. But they're trying to break away from the United States dollar for cross-border payments and whatnot. But the still in the world, the economics and the financial decisions that the United States makes a huge difference. And countries more or less take United States as the lead, and then they follow the United States on what they are doing. So if the US makes a Bitcoin reserve and they put in, let us say, even 100 million, $500 million into the reserve, what do you think other countries like UK or India, or not China, of course, China does whatever it wants, but all the other countries, I think they will slowly pay attention and they will follow suit. And right now, even though I'm fully in for the idea of freedom money and Bitcoin is freedom and crypto is anonymous and freedom, but let us be very honest, we were never going to be mainstream if we are not getting regulated with the governments. We are
I
not
mean,
going to. Yeah.
yeah, I get your point. And like for the audiences watching, please don't take me wrong. I'm not a very big pessimist, or I'm not against Donald Trump or something. But then, what my concern was that because the everyday audience thinks that now Trump is in power, now nothing can happen, now crypto will go skyrocket from here. But that's not the case, right? That's not the case, because what happens is that if, for that matter, the macro economic problems like the wars or whatever we call it, they impact the prices of these digital assets, and like how thoroughly Donald Trump goes with all the pledges he made in the Bitcoin conference back in July, I guess, this year, right? So there are a lot of things, but then yes, talking about the Bitcoin conference, the idea of establishing the federal Bitcoin reserve was put across by Donald Trump, and bringing more Bitcoin mining operations in the US was also discussed. And one of the major factors was firing Gary Gensler was also discussed, the SEC chairman. So I mean, I liked his ideas actually, but then the main question comes back to this: how important is crypto to Donald Trump, and like how? But see, I'm not comparing it with the past years. It's very great that Trump is in power, and the things he'll do for crypto would be much better, right? And like you mentioned, like I mentioned, like Bernie Moreno is in power. The other people, the other senates who are like bullish on crypto, they are something I'm positive and bullish about. So yes, that's more or less what I
I
think
think
about
one opinion
Trump.
that I have here is a statement that you mentioned was you wanted to see what Trump does for the industry, like what actions does he take. In my opinion, he does not need to even take an action. The previous
Yeah,
government, and again the SEC, of course, Gary Gensler is not an elected member by the people, but still he works for the Democrats, right? The amount of notices and lawsuits and whatnot that the SEC
against
has pursued,
XRPs. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
even if the Trump government does nothing, that is more than enough to keep the industry bullish. So I was
I mean, a crypto friendly SEC would be much
don't be
better,
crypto
because
friendly. Don't be crypto friendly. Just don't be anti crypto.
yeah, that makes sense, because Gary was after
He was
all of
anti.
these,
Yes,
yeah.
all the
So
exchanges in the United States, Kraken, Coinbase, all of them have lawsuits against them. Uniswap has a, I don't know if it's a lawsuit or it is a notice, Wells notice against them. They have it against them. So, and even some 6 days before the election, the SEC had sent a Wells notice to, I'm not sure what company was it, a renowned company. We know it, it's just skipping my mind right now. But just think about it, 6 days before the election. So the Democrats have very clearly mentioned, or they
Entire.
don't care. They
Yeah.
don't care. I think it is not even
Yeah.
mentioning. They just didn't care about the crypto user base or people who were, as Vitalik mentioned, the people who were one issue voters. And I don't
Right.
know how many of them are there in the United States, but those one issue voters, I'm pretty sure, made a little difference, and maybe in the future will keep Trump to his word by whatever pressure or whatever they do.
Uh, so yeah, talking about elections, like the money spent on elections. So there's one crypto PSC called Fairshake who spent over 100 million for the elections to support pro crypto people and like getting campaigns against the people who are anti crypto. So yeah, that brings me to the prediction markets, poly market. I read the stat on Dune that in the last 2 months itself, the bettors have wagered over $2 billion on the presidential election. So that's a huge amount of money, and most of the people also agree with the fact that the accuracy of these what do we call them, betting market prediction markets are
Correct.
actually more reliable than the IRL things. So what do you have to say about these prediction markets and the money
I've always
flashed?
been very in favor of these prediction markets. As the saying goes, put your money where your mouth is. If someone is
Right.
literally putting their money on the line over, and this is not small amount, $2 billion, as you mentioned. If $2 billion are on the line for this presidential race, I think I'm not saying we know the result beforehand, but there is a very high chance that the results or the race that is happening on poly market will eventually be the last result, and that is what we saw. I heard on the Bankless podcast today that it was a make or break for poly market's reputation. Again, of course, poly market does not do anything in that, it is an open market, but still, if just imagine that Trump had won 65 to 35 or 60 to 40 as he was leading before the elections on poly market with $2 billion on stake, and he had lost it. How much faith would prediction markets bring in the future? Next to none.
Yeah. Right. It's more or less like there are two arguments to this. Most of the people are like this brings like you said, put your mouth where your money is, and like different
Money where your
races
mouth.
vote. Yeah, whatever that was. So different races, different people voting for giving their opinions, but on the contrary, people say that it is just for their personal agenda and they're trying to manipulate this accordingly, like what they want. So and
It goes both ways, right? If someone's coming
uh,
onto poly market and they're seeing that Trump is leading the race and they get influenced to vote for Trump, I don't see
mhm,
it as a very big issue.
right. Yeah, so the world, what's that? The World Liberty Financial, that's Trump's crypto venture, who are planning to, uh, launch their own stablecoin, according to Decrypt Media. So I'm just giving out the source right here because I don't want to quote it. So yeah, what do you feel about the current stablecoin market? Because what I feel is that just two of the big players, Tether and USDC, right? So what's next for stablecoins? I read somewhere that Kraken, Robinhood, and Galaxy Digital are coming up with their own stablecoin, USDG, if I'm not wrong. So what do you feel like? How reliable is it to get more stablecoins in? And like we know the Terra Luna thing, right? The USDC thing, how they pegged it to Luna and it went down the drain. So I feel a stablecoin has to be reliable, but then how do we go about it? Because I read somewhere that Tether in the first half of 2024 had around more than around 5 billion in profit. So it is a profitable thing, right? But then it's not very easy to pull off. You need a lot of resources there. So what are your thoughts on the current stablecoin market?
I, for one, am a huge fan of stable coins. And in my personal opinion, I think stable coins are the biggest invention in the crypto industry after Bitcoin. Now, again, people, this is an this is an argument. Some would say Ethereum and the smart contract and DeFi, and again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But in my personal opinion, I think stable coins is what we need, not just in crypto, but this is something that I see being adopted by everyone. When we talk about Ethereum, we've had this discussion before, right? How many apps are people using? Uniswap being the biggest app on Ethereum is a very crypto thing.
Right.
You'll only swap tokens if you have tokens, right? This is so Uniswap, the biggest app on Ethereum, is an app only used by crypto folks. But whereas stable coins being used for cross border payments and for a lot other more things, I think
Mm-hmm.
holds a very big potential. And the current market cap, I think, I don't know what it is, 170 billion, 180 billion, the entire stable coin market cap. I think it is a very small number right now. This we can easily see the stable coin market going to 300 to 500 billion in the next 18 to 20 months. And that is because I think there are two schools of thought here. First is keeping the US dollar strong. So how would the US dollar be kept strong, right? It would be kept strong if Tether is in operation, if USDC is in operation, right? They're continuously
Yeah.
being circulated, and they're they're in the market, they're keeping the liquidity in the market. And USDT is what? It is the US dollar, right? And the second school of thought is anti dollar, the anti US dollar. So as we discuss, the BRICS countries thinking about CDBCs and their own currency and whatever, I think even that should be something that should leverage blockchain technology. Creating a CDBC that is centralized would be not a problem, but that would be a step backwards even for the BRICS countries. So even if they are planning a CDBC, why not do it on the blockchain? Why not create a stable coin for your
Right.
new currency that they're planning? So whether it is pro dollar or whether it is anti dollar, I do see stable coins taking it into the future, and I see stable coins pegged to different currencies as well. So we have a euro stable coin, we have an Australian dollar stable coin. So in the future, I think the number will increase, and as you mentioned, Tether for now will be in the lead for a while.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, Tether is there. Then there's Circle's USDC coin. I think both of them constitute up to like 90% of the total market cap of stable coins, right? So do you feel there's less competition in here, and should there be more stable coins, like you mentioned, pegged to different currencies and stuff? But then at present, I feel the compliance and the other things are also a very big issue here, because it's not very easy. I was reading like how easy it is to build a stable coin. It was written that it requires large amounts of capital, and you need a lot of ambiguous regulatory and legal boundaries. There are a lot of legal boundaries there as well. So for that matter, Paxos is a very good example. They have pegged gold, I guess, right? And they also have their PayPal USD coin. So PayPal also has a stable coin right there, and they're coming up. The Paxos people are building up this. What do we call this? This global dollar network, the USDG, the new stable coin in market. It will be, reserved and managed by the DBS Bank. The stable coin would be, uh, I guess, issued in Singapore itself, because and the DBS Bank is a good choice, because I feel it is one of the most highly rated banks in Singapore, and like they'll be handling the reserves and managing that for them. And I guess it's more or less one on one, 1:1 ratio with the US dollar. So yes, I feel stable coins for now are getting back, because how many stable coins do you know? I just know like a handful: USDT, USDC. There's DAI, and what else? USD,
There's
maybe
the PayPal coin.
PayPal, PYUSD. Then there's Sky Dollar, there's TUSD. But then I personally just trust USDT, because
See,
it's
I think
Tether.
with stable coins, what the issue is, as you mentioned, it takes a lot of capital and it takes a huge amount of trust
Yeah,
being from the users as well as the governments as well,
it has
right?
happened before. It has happened
It
before.
has happened before.
Yeah,
Even though I think the technology behind the Luna's stablecoin was different. It was not a fiat pegged stablecoin directly
exactly. That's
backed
that's
by
that's
reserves.
see. Sorry for cutting you off, but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I feel you can never just collateralize your stablecoin with a cryptocurrency which is already very volatile, right? Because I don't remember what exactly happened with the JED, the ADA stablecoin, because I remember covering it a couple of years
Mhm.
back, but I've never heard of it again. So I don't think so
Have
that
you
is going
heard
to
of
work.
ADA in the last?
I mean, that's a bigger concern than not hearing about Jed. So, what's up with Hoskinson, man? Like, I haven't heard about it, and no hype, no hype around it.
Actually, I don't blame Cardano right now. Have you, when it comes to 2024 and even late 2023, if we did not have the February to March mini alt push, I wouldn't say utility coins have done anything at all. When it comes to prices, I'm not saying that projects or the technology, I'm sure a lot of good projects have done a lot of good advancements. But when it comes to prices, it has been memes, 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 and memes. Dogs with hats, dogs without hats, cats with hats, cats without hats, all
Cats
sorts
with
of animals,
glasses, Mog.
glass with
Have you
glasses,
heard about the
money
Mog coin?
dogs.
There's money
I,
dogs.
I remember just 40 or 50 minutes before this call, I was using Coin Market Cap and I sorted it by best gainers of the last 24 hours. I do that often, by the way.
Are you creating a
There
new
was
template or something? Oh,
no,
okay,
no.
okay,
So there was a project called Cat,
okay.
and the next project was called Cow. So
I mean, that's very innovative of people, man.
very
And
innovative, very.
you know
Money
what?
powder,
I was
Sonic 10, Obama Inu.
I was sitting outside. I was hogging on something like just before the call because you always need to have something, some food in your stomach before you have to talk nonsense. So I was watching this video from Coin Bureau. He had uploaded it yesterday, and it said that it's time for cat memes now. The dog memes are done. They've ruled for over 10, 13 years. Like it's time for cat memes. I mean, if a creator like him, I very dearly respect him for whatever he's done for the industry, but like dedicatedly making videos on cat themed meme coins is where I draw my lines.
See, we are
So
creators as well. We know how it goes. You create what the people want to see. That is the truth.
that's
The people have put in so much money into meme coins in 2024. It's crazy. Just think about it. Earlier, you used to create companies, you used to work for 10, 20, 30 years, and then your company had a market cap of 100 million, 200 million, 500 million. And what happened? The GOAT coin was entirely pushed. Am I audible?
yeah. You are, but then
Uh,
you're lagging in between. Your video is lagging in
yeah.
between.
So, yeah, sorry. The GOAT coin was entirely pushed with that AI agent frenzy and what happened there. And now it is what, 600 million in market cap. So
Yeah,
this industry is very heavily reliant on meme coins, especially in 2024. We have seen the industry put so much money into meme coins that I don't blame creators for creating content around memes. And I, I read somewhere, I was doing some research for the newsletter last week, and out of the top five highest earners, and I'm talking about large cap projects
yeah.
here, out of the top five, four were meme coins. Just one mantra was a utility project, and four were meme coins. So I don't really blame Mog.
Can you see my screen? Yeah. So this is
Yeah, yeah,
Mog, and
I like it.
Uh, yeah, so Mog is basically a movement. That's what they say. Mog is a movement. It's a way of life. Since day one, Mog has built its community organically from the ground up. Yeah, I read that they like it was fairly launched and no KOL deals and stuff like that. So not
See,
bad.
it is all about community here. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
What is Bitcoin if not the original meme coin?
I
What
didn't
does
get you.
what does Bitcoin hold
Hmm.
over any other meme coin?
It was just first, man.
It was just first, right? It is just the
Yeah,
original meme coin, as they say. Not the
yeah,
Maxis,
definitely.
but the other people as they, and I am
I
100% on board with it. It is just a cult. Bitcoin is a cult. Let
yeah,
us be very honest about
I
it.
get what you're. This Mog coin has 800 million market cap. 800, 700, something like that. Yeah, 821 million. So people do believe in stuff like that. And see, I'm all in for meme coins. I'm all in for meme coins that are circulated fairly, right? You're gaining traction, you are getting in more people fairly. But then people tend to but then
See,
that's
that is a
nothing to
different
say.
debate altogether. The morality of the
Yeah.
industry is not a debate that we can have right now. But meme coins are making money, and meme coins, I think, going into the first quarter of 2025 will keep on making money. But I'm very optimistic on utility coins now. Now,
I
after
just
the
have a
elections,
question
at
for you
least.
before
Yeah.
we Do you personally hold any meme coin?
I hold Doge.
Okay, you're treating Doge as a meme coin now. Okay,
It was
I,
always a meme coin.
I thought Tesla did accept that, and it's more of a utility coin now. But okay,
See, accepting a coin is does not change its narrative, right? What does Doge
it
do?
but it adds another layer of its
See,
utility.
if I accepted a whiff coin from you for
Which coin?
any dog with hat,
So yeah, that has another utility to it now. Now it's not altogether a meme coin.
no,
But
what I'm saying is if these are my AirPods, if I sell them to you for
I'm
a
saying
mog coin, that
no,
doesn't
no,
mean
no.
it has utility now,
I
does
get
it?
your point, but an enterprise, accepting that is something different from you accepting Mog from me and like giving me
Now
those
again,
AirPods.
utility being used as a currency does not mean utility. Utility is a different concept altogether,
I get your
right?
point. I get what you're saying. I know that, but then I was just trying to not put Doge in that category. So
See,
it's an OG meme coin. Yeah, that's how we
it is
can
just an
term it.
OG, but
Yeah.
it should be proud of being a meme coin. I don't see why putting something in meme coins is a degrading statement. Right
Uh,
now, I would rather be called Doge or Mog or Pepe than ADA or XRP. Would you not?
Yeah, sure. But then I have another question. Like, I'm very genuinely asking this one. You're a Reddit user, right? And
Yes.
there's their currency called Moon, which they gift to you if you're answering well or something like that. If you have a good
Yeah.
karma. Shit. So, is Moon a meme coin or is Moon a utility coin here?
I think it falls in a very gray area between those. I'll keep it as a meme coin, more towards a meme coin than a utility coin. See, utility coins are something that provide some sort of a product or provide some sort of a
Hmm.
technology or provide
But
some, as they say, utility, right? What is the
right.
utility of the coin?
I mean, you don't treat like a coin if it is used as a mode of payment or like it can be used as a mode of payment. That is
Is
not
fiat
utility
a
for you.
utility coin? Not,
Fiat is
right?
a utility. Fiat is fiat because
Fiat is not a utility coin. You cannot do anything with fiat other than use it as a mode of payment.
I mean,
With
yeah, I
Ethereum,
get
you
your point.
can. With Ripple,
I
you
get
can. With Tron, you can.
I get your point. And coming back to the question that the utility coins, I feel the next leg would be amazing for the utility coins. That's what I feel. But
100%.
that's
100%.
th- but that's just what I feel. I know the meme coins would be going.
So,
I
meme coins would be doing good, but
yeah,
utility coins will definitely make a comeback in the next quarter
yeah, sure, sure,
with
sure,
this new government.
100%.
And as we're discussing these these lawsuits on Uniswap, on Coinbase, and
Mhm.
Ripple, right? Ripple
Right,
has been
right.
struggling with this lawsuit for how long now? What if it just goes away? And there are people in the industry who believe that these wells notices and these lawsuits are going to vanish in the next 6 months. And the term particularly used was vanish. So just think about it. If these vanish in the next 6 months, utility projects are free to actually work on what they are working on best, on
Uh,
utility and on innovation.
just for that, I was a bit intrigued by the fact you mentioned XRP. XRP is also a mode of payment. What does XRP actually do? Do you know? Because I'm not very sure about it.
Even
It's a
I'm
mode.
not sure. Ever since we got into research, you and me, we both know that it has been struggling with that lawsuit, and I don't think anyone has gone into XRP since that time.
XRP is actually, I guess it helps in payments, cross-border payments. And apart from that, I feel that I was reading that I was actually covering this for the news article a month back. The co-founder of XRP even helped Kamala Harris with, the elections and her campaigns. So, do you
See,
think
if
Trump's gonna
if
go
no,
hard
he's
on
not
that
gonna
guy?
go. No, 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 no.
That's what you think,
See,
man.
on see on one side you're saying that Trump doesn't care about crypto enough, and here you're saying that he'll be
I'm a
going
hypocrite,
hard
man.
after what? Going hard after a coin which is already dead buried, as per its size at least. So
I
I
mean,
don't think he'll be going after XRP or anyone will be going after XRP. But
yeah.
if you're doing cross-border payments, I have bad news for you. There are people who do it at a much better speeds and at much better uh, levels of doing the same thing. And the best thing about those assets is that do not fluctuate. Those are called stable coins, which were not big when XRP came into the fray. So I think if that is what XRP does, mm, more than the lawsuits, it needs to focus on doing something else, because there are people who are doing it better than them now.
All right. Okay, so that was today's live stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And